Hello there, welcome back to Selenium Ninja for Selenium training. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss how we can handle an Google account pop-up. For example, you are on a website and you want to log in here. It's a simple website, you can choose any website. Now, we are getting multiple options of logging inside, either with Facebook or with Google, or if you have any already created email, you can enter the credentials. So our goal will be to handle this Google pop-up here. So because once I was working on a real-time project for a client, I came with this scenario handling the Google pop-up, and it was a little bit of difficult for me. So I thought I could make a video of it so everyone can uh, get a solution for this issue. So once we click on this Google icon here, one pop-up will appear. Now here comes the beauty. Right now you have a main script. Your main script is running in this parent window, and now you have to enter the credentials in this child window. So we are going to see how we can manage the parent window, and then we are going to manage child window. And once we enter the credentials, then we will be going back to the parent window. So this way our handling of Google account pop-up will be completed. So let's directly go to the code. Right now, I'm sure you are familiar with adding the dependencies, creating a simple project, creating a Java project. So, if you're not aware, please refer to the previous videos. I'll be starting with directly. I'll just create a simple class here, and let's name it Google Popup. All right, guys. So our class file has been created. Now, the first step in Selenium we have to tell our browser where the Chrome browser is located. We have to tell the script. So for that, the two lines are mandatory. I'm sure you must be familiar with these lines. Okay, so once we enter these lines, just import the packages first. Now, so let's hit directly the URL. Our URL is ghana.com. Let's copy it from here, and driver is our object dot find element. No, sorry, it's driver dot get. So here we enter our URL, and this is our URL. All right, now the second step will be, let me just close this pop-up for a while. Now we need to click on this sign up login button. So just directly go to the inspect. Now I'm sure you must be familiar with creating the Xpath, the IDs. Let's click on these buttons. You see some details have popped up. We have a class attribute here, and we have some text. If you don't know how we can make a customized XPath based on the text, you can refer to the previous videos. I'll be showing you here also. We have our tag is button. All right. So for creating an XPath, we can create double slash button, and we have some text. Let's copy some text. Here is the button. All right, the brackets, and we will create an XPath based on text. So text, the parenthesis, and let's paste the login sign up here. You see, if you click on this, the sign up is highlighting here. If you are not familiar, please refer to the previous videos. This is the syntax of the XPath. Copy it from here and just driver dot find element by XPath, and what we need to here, we need to click here, just click here. So dot click. All right, guys, once we click, one pop-up appears here. Now we need to click on this Google button here. It's a button. So inspect on this element here. You can see the attributes. Just Google. So the tag for it is SVG. So just remove button from here. SVG text. Let's keep the text here and copy the Google from here and paste it here to create a customized XPath using text option. Now let us see if it is highlighting or not. It is not highlighting. You can check it from here also. It is not showing any element. So we have make a mistake somewhere. All right, guys. So where? Let us see. If you see this SVG tag is ending here and this Google is part of this main tag button. So remove this SVG from here and keep the button. Yes, it is highlighting. Let's see at the background. If we enter, yes, our button is highlighting. Let's copy it here. Driver dot find element by XPath dot click. Yes. Once we click, one Google account pop-up is appearing. You see, this is the parent window and this is the child window. So far, our script only knows to work on parent window. Let us see. So let's inspect it here. Control F from your keyboard and the the tag is input, the attribute is type, and the value of the attribute is email. Let's create an XPath based on these values. I'm sure you must be knowing multiple ways to create an XPath. Double slash, the input is the tag and the attribute is type, I think, and the value is, yes, it is highlighting. You see from on the right hand side it is highlighting when we click on enter. Control C. Now driver dot find element by XPath dot, here we will be sending the keys. You see, we have to send some data here. All right, we have to send some data here and we send the data with the send keys method. So I have created a dummy email here. Let me just copy the email ID from here. All right, now the next step will be to click on this next button. Inspect on this next button. The attribute, we are getting this value as an attribute for the class attribute and due is the tag, but I think this might be, this will be dynamic, this will be changing because it is having multiple capital letters, small letters and hyphens. So let me create an XPath based on this text next value here. So we have next here and we have the tag for it is span. So let me just change input into span, type into text, and the value is next. Right? You see on the right hand screen the value is getting highlighted. See. All right, let me just copy it from here. Driver dot find element by, sorry, by XPath. What we need to click on this button, right? So once we click, Oh, sorry. Once we click on this button, we have the password tab. So let us inspect on this element. We have to send the password details also. Input type is equivalent to password. Let me just copy the value of the type attribute, paste it here. The tag is input and the attribute is type. You see the element got highlighted. So let's copy it from here, and there is a one shortcut also. You can press Control Alt and down arrow from your keyboard to just directly copy paste the entire line. Control Alt and backspace. Oh, sorry, Control Alt and down arrow. So let's remove this XPath and create a new XPath and copy. Okay, dot send keys and send the password. The password for the dummy account is selenium at the rate of 123. So once we enter the password, we have to click again on this next button, and it takes some amount of time. Here we need to figure out how much amount of time it takes to go, and we have to click on the next button again, directly copy it from here and paste it here. Right now you are again on the parent window. All right guys, so now we need to make some operations on this parent window also. So let's inspect it from here. All right, you see this is getting highlighted. Span, this is the text. Just copy it, paste it here. See how easy is it when you practice it. It's very easy. And button, all right, yeah, it got highlighted. Just a single change I had to make. Copy driver dot find element by xpath dot, first we will click on this element. All right, once we click on this element, we need to send the data. You see, first we need to click here in order to enter any data. Once we click here, once we click, now we get a box to enter the data. So let's inspect again. Now this time we need to hover, we need to inspect on the entire button. So we are getting the attributes input type. Let me just remove it from here. Input is the tag name and type is the attribute. It got highlighted. Let me just copy it from here. Again, just Control Alt down arrow, down key, and Control V. Now we will be sending some data. Dot send keys and any data. Let's suppose Beast. I'm a fan of Brock Lesnar, so let's suppose it Beast. Now once we click on this, once we enter the data, then we will be clicking on this trending songs. I'm sure you must be understanding. If you are having any issues with this particular video, you can just make comments and I'll be grateful to answer you. Copy it from here. Tag is the small and we have some text here, so let's paste the text. Tag is the small and the attribute is text. Oh, sorry. Small. Now it's getting highlighted, you see. is the beauty. Let me just cross check it. There was a small text and trending songs. All right. Again, Control Alt and down key, down arrow, Control V and dot. This time we need to click. Let's see the execution, guys. So before executing, once we execute the website, once we refer to the website, it takes some amount of time to load the website, to load the particular page. So let's add a timer of 3 seconds. When we click on the Google icon, it also takes some amount of time to pop up the Google accounts where we enter the credentials, and and let's see the execution. Okay, just a second. We need to maximize the window hour first. For that, we have a command driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Let's just run the execution. It has clicked on the sign up login button and it's trying to click on this Google icon. It has failed somewhere. Line 18. I think there is some issue with it. I don't know what. Let's click on this Google icon, inspect. Okay, okay. This is not an error. Let me tell you why. Once we click on the sign up button, it takes a little bit of time. Maybe our script is not recognizing it. So let me just add a 1 minute timer. 1 second, sorry. I think this way it will work. Let's check it again. All right. You see, now it will enter the credentials. Now here comes the point. Here comes the big decision. It did not enter any credentials. You know why? Because our script was executing on the parent window. So our script is finding the parent window again where the focus is and it will enter the credentials. But right now the focus is on this Google pop-up, Google accounts pop-up. Now you have to tell this JavaScript, you have to tell the Selenium script that, hey, please enter the credentials in this Google accounts pop-up. This was the issue that I was facing in a real-time project for a client. So for that, we have already discussed this topic called get window handles in Selenium. It's an important concept, and we will be using window handles here in order to achieve our expected goal. So from parent window, we have to traverse to the child window in order to enter the credentials. All right, so let's move ahead. So once we click on this Google icon, from here the script needs to know that a child pop-up is getting opened. All right, guys. So let's see. Driver dot get window handles. You see, get window handles because we are have to work more than a single window. In Selenium, you can call it a pop-up, you can call it a tab, or you can call it a window. It's the same thing. Here we have to work on the two windows right now, or two tabs, you can say. So driver dot get windows. If you hover the mouse over this get window handles, its return type is set string. All right. So let us set, let's give it the requirement value string, and let's keep it something windows. All right, we have a concept in Java called the iterator. First import the package for set. Now we have to iterate through different windows, the parent window and the child window. Parent window, child window, we have to tell the browser iterate through parent window to child window and from child window to parent window. It can be done with the help of iterator string, let's keep it it simple is equivalent to windows. This windows object is capable is recognizing the parent window and the child window. So windows dot iterator, we have to iterate through windows object because windows object is having the knowledge of all the window tabs or all the windows that are available in the browser. All right, so import the package for iterator. All right, let's save the details. Now string p is equivalent to, where is the control first time? The control is on the parent window. The Selenium, the main focus is on the parent window. So let's tell it it dot next. We have a functionality, we have a method called next to iterate. All right, right now we are here. Where we want to travel? We want to travel it dot next. We have to travel to another window, and let's store that in a string c. C for child, p for parent. Yeah, it's just simple. I'm just making it simple. You can choose any object. Now you have given the knowledge of the iterator to the script. Now you want to travel. Now you have filled the petrol to a car or a motorcycle. Now you want to hit the gear and you want to travel. So driver dot switch to dot window c. Now what we are doing, we have to switch. This is the parent window. We have to switch from the parent window to the child window. All right, we are switching from first gear to second gear or whatever it be. Driver dot switch, to switch in Selenium we have a method called driver dot switch to. I think I have already discussed this switch to method in my previous videos. So once we switch, let's add some time driver dot sleep. Let's add 3 seconds. because it will work for the Google pop-up. All right, guys. Now, once we enter the Google credentials, click on next, and the password appears. Click on next, and that the pop-up is completed. Now, once the pop-up is completed, still the focus will be here. We have to tell the script that the pop-up is gone. Now you need to shift your focus back to the parent window, and that's a simple step. Now here our P object is having the knowledge of the parent window, and simply here we can driver dot, we will switch back to the parent window. It is a little bit tricky one. If you understand it carefully, then it will be much helpful in your coming projects or in your companies, in your client handling projects. All right, so driver dot switch to the parent window. Here we will be adding some timer, because once we log in with the credentials, it takes some amount time to load. Let's keep it around 6 to 7 seconds. Let's keep it 6 seconds and let's see. And after switching the window, add a timer of like 1 seconds or maybe 2 seconds. Now, once we click on this element, we need to enter the details. So for your convenience, for your understanding, I'll be adding a timer here also, so you can easily check it, because otherwise Selenium is pretty fast. So let me just 1 second here and 2 seconds here. It is just for your convenience purpose, to make things more understandable. Let's take a final look. When we enter the credentials, when we enter the email, it takes around 1 to 2 seconds to reach to the password tab, password button. Let me add a simple timer here also, so we don't get errors, and I think we are good to go. Once we click next, 6, let's set it 7 seconds. Guys, this I'm adding the timers uh, because there are a lot of synchronizing issues when it comes to testing with Selenium. We can also use the explicit way to particularly wait for a specific element, but that will be done in the coming videos. Right now we can work with the sleep method. Let's execute it. It will click on the Google button. Now it should enter the credentials here. All right, you see the beauty of working from parent to child window. Now the control is back to the parent window. It is somewhere failed again. It's failed in line number 42. 42 is okay. Let's just again inspect on it. Control F and paste it. Oh, it's a wrong XPath. It is actually span. Span is the input. Span is the tag name, and mine is button. Maybe there's a mistake from my side. You might have noticed it earlier. Now it's getting highlighted, and let's copy it again. So let me add this one final time to check everything is working from parent to child and from child window to parent window. All right. The control is back to the parent window and you see the search with the beast, and we have also clicked on the trending songs. Oh, that is the beauty of working with the iterator and the window handles method that the Selenium WebDriver provides us. This is just amazing to get the skills and teach other people how we can implement this thing. I hope guys this video was very helpful. If you do, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.